Join Raelene at her seaside haven, where family connections grow stronger and life by the water opens doors to new possibilities. But first, we'll visit Jim and Betty in a place where family roots run deep in the land. With breathtaking views of a nearby harbour, their home has become a haven for memories. Water, deep, flowing, mysterious, ever-changing yet constant. The inspiration of artists and adventurers. It's the foundation of life. We are drawn to it, to watch it, listen to it, immerse ourselves, and for those who choose, to live beside it.
The name is Jim Newson, and I'm from New Glasgow, Prince Edward Island.
My name is Betty Newson. I'm also from New Glasgow, PEI.
Well, it was the land, the valley, the view, and the house. It was just all came together. We had been looking for about a year and a half. We had sold our house in Charlottetown within a few months, and then we just said, this looks like it. And it took 6 weeks to persuade the owner that he could sell it to us. So we moved here in the fall of 2000, and we enjoyed ourselves for a few years here. And we discovered that winters were difficult. We said, well, we got to put something on for a garage. And so we went through the process of doing a little design work that would fit with what we have here now to start with. And we ended up with the present house after a year of struggling.
I grew up in central Newfoundland in a town called Lewisport. And so I grew up with hearing the sounds of the ocean and the water and going to sleep at night to that sound, waves and things like that, and salt air. And if you're all maritimers, we all know what that's like. So yeah, I love being beside the water. I can't imagine not being. Well, we come into the front door, and to the right, there's a dining room. And we've enjoyed many meals in there with guests. It has a beautiful view. That's probably my favorite room, actually. Then we come into the kitchen. And it's a fairly open concept kitchen. And the living room, which is almost 2 rooms in a way, is, visible from the kitchen because it's open. Covered with knotty pine, which has mellowed and kind of darkened a little bit as the years have gone by, even since we were here ourselves. And then you go up the stairs, and there are 2 rooms up there, two main rooms, each with their own washroom. The primary room, it looks out over the river. And then the second room is the room that kind of has heritage beds and heritage furniture in it. So we often refer to that as the heritage room. It's a great reading spot. And then coming back downstairs, there's an addition over the garage, 2-car garage. And we call that the suite. And it's kind of a room with a separate seating area.
I think the living room here, every morning when I come down the stairs from the bedroom, I have a seat and turn on the light, and it's just a very quiet place to watch the sun come up and just appreciate a new day. There's lots of windows here.
The deck off the primary bedroom has the most spectacular view because it's elevated, right? So you're looking out over a wider expanse of land.
In the morning, getting up, I always take a stretch at our bedroom windows, just out there, just to see what the sun is doing. Well, I think the interior here, the knotty pine, the finish here, it's just so comfortable. It's like I'm at the cottage and we're feet up, relax, no problems.
Well, I think the pine is unique. It's very warm, it's very comforting, especially in the wintertime. We love the wood stove. When we first moved here, it was a larger wood stove, and we kind of downsized into the one that we have now. And that type of heat is absolutely wonderful in the wintertime. The kitchen, I think, is the heart of the home because it's where you're preparing your food, and if people are coming and going and you have guests, then you're kind of congregating there. And with this open concept, it all kind of feels like one big room anyways.
It's definitely a kitchen. She's a great hostess. I would probably look at putting a propane heat in here and take away all the labor involved with getting wood cut, split, piled, and delivered. So, yeah, it's a lot of work for a man that's almost 80.
Well, you know, as women, we like to redecorate regularly, sometimes more than others. So I probably would do some redecorating.
When you first come here, you're driving in, we have a little teardrop driveway that you can turn around in, and you come up a walkway into the front entrance, and it's the newer part of our house. But as you walk around the house, you realize that we have all wood siding, and it's the same wood siding that we have inside, but it's been stained almost black. And we have some large windows. We have views in every direction. What we did when we decided to expand, we added some decks. It's a joy to just go around, look at, and I've done a lot of landscaping. And then as you walk down towards the water, there's 35 acres that 7 of which I had at one point into a certified organic farm. And we sold strawberries. It was pretty busy for those 3 years. Since that, I've just been doing vegetable gardening. Down at the water's edge, we had permission to develop a little dock, started doing things on the water with friends and family. And so that's where the canoeing comes in. And with our grandson now, and he just loves swimming. Well, I think the island has the potential to host more people and produce more. I think being involved with agriculture over 30 years, I feel that a lot of the land can be underutilized here or abused, and it needs to be taken care of. So there's a lot of things that need to be done. We can do a lot here, and I think the appreciation for what we have needs to grow, and we need to introduce it to our younger generation. Bent labor itself, gardening and doing things, producing for ourselves. I've been able to influence neighbors and friends, and I think that's the whole idea. If you can produce and share with others, you're just making a mark.
Well, we've talked a lot about the scenery and the views and the topography of the land. I mean, it really is a beautiful place. It's a very gentle, it's very pastoral. I think, you know, everyone desires to have community and to feel like they belong to a place. And I think there's a strong sense of that here still. Some of the families in this community have lived here for generations. We're kind of relative newcomers. I mean, we have multiple trails around us here. So I have a walking group that I walk with on Saturdays. And then I walk on my own, or sometimes Jim walks with me, but he's usually quite busy with other things.
Well, the thing that seems to draw me most is gardening, I guess. Vegetable production has always been part of what I do, and that's the encouragement that has been for other people, because I've been able to go to neighbors with surplus vegetables. When I look across the valley when I'm on the other side, and I look over to the green grass and that house on the hill, I'm proud of it.
After being away for a while, it feels really good to come home. It's home. And I love to travel. So, you know, I do like traveling and going as well. Maybe I do less of it now than I've done most of my life, but it always feels good to come home. Living by the water, it's just a part of who I am. It's in my soul and spirit. It's been a part of my life as a child, and it's never left. So I just feel a real sense of comfort with it and familiarity, I guess.
Well, the water represents to me a means of travel, because as growing up as a scout in Ontario and going through various canoe trips, I slip the canoe in and dip that paddle, and then watching the scenery, and then, as we did yesterday, just try to teach people how to paddle.
It's so important for grandparents, as we are now, to have a place where your family can gather and assemble. When our daughter, who lived away from here for about 12 years and worked in Ontario, when she came home and has a family now with 2 children and a husband. Some summers they come for almost a month. This year I think it'll end up being about 2.5 weeks, because the children are into various activities and camping and things like that. But in any given week, we have one or the other children here for much of the summer. You know, we have family and friends who come as well. So yeah, it's very important.
Well, I think a place that you can invite people in, family especially, it makes the home a place where you can share your outlook on life, and a place to really answer some of the major questions. and help them through the steps in life as they adjust. You know, you have to leave a legacy, and the home and the experience by the water makes it all come alive for the kids.
We've also made this a place for hospitality. We were running the seniors program at our church, and so every year we would have at least several gatherings here, and we'd have a barbecue or potluck or something like that. And well, it feels wonderful to have a house full of people. And, we're usually into games or something like that, or planning some outing. Everyone likes to hike, so we do some hiking as well. And like I said, we have beautiful trails in the area. And food is a big part of it. Now, I try more and more to get more of my food preparation done ahead of time, just because when everyone is here, I want to be part of what they're doing. Well, we're at the age where we recognize that we can't really maintain a property of this size, either outside or inside, really. So we're looking to downsize to a smaller home. We'd like it to stay in our family, probably, if they have an interest in it.
Well, I think moving on is going to be difficult because we're going to be missing some of the gardening for me. But I think I'll be able to visit lots of people who are gardening now that we've got them started, and just continue to encourage them, and perhaps even do something where whatever new place we're at, maybe we can help some people there.
One of the things that you come to realize as you get to our age in life is that there's a change necessary. And I think almost everyone we know in our age group are recognizing that you can't maintain these larger properties at a certain point. So you do hope it continues on in some fashion, but you're not the ones to do it yourself. And that's a big transition. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's part of the aging process. I think there's a calmness and a serenity that comes with just observing the water. You may be able to enjoy it through something like canoeing or swimming, but just observing it. I mean, I think it brings a real peace. It's absolutely beautiful at times. I think life is very busy for a lot of people. If you're employed today, you're living in an urban setting, it's just, I think, the security and calmness that it brings. And the real pleasure, the beauty, it's beautiful.
Well, I think home starts with not the house, but the relationship. And the relationships have a solid marriage like we have.
Home and family is the foundation of our whole culture and our whole society, right? It's so important that we have stable families and intact families and families who are working and caring for each other, and then expanding it out to those around you in your environment.
My name's Raelene Rose. I'm from Elmsdale, Nova Scotia. My parents, they found this piece of land. It was a five-acre parcel of land. They then built the cottage in 2011. The design mimics a 1940s style cottage. They did a lot of their own varnishing, stain work. It's just the sound of nature here. You either hear the water, you hear the trees, you hear the birds. You do hear the fishing boats, and that may sound funny, but it's actually peaceful as well. Well, this was our gathering point. This is where our families came, and we would just come and unwind, relax, do activities together. At first, it felt a little still like you're hanging out in your parents' cottage. My sister and I came over that first summer. We just kind of, walked around and got a feel for the place. But then slowly it just kind of felt really amazing that we were able to take this over. And, we did buy it from our parents to be able to keep it in the family, offer it to our kids. Water's always been a part of my life. Yep. I've always been someone that has enjoyed the beach. I love swimming. I love any type of water sport. So being by the ocean it's important. Well, when you walk through the front doors, you have the back porch, a nice big back porch area. The one thing that I do enjoy when I walk through is the smell of the cottage. There's a nice wood, homey smell to it. and it just feels very inviting. Then you walk in through the kitchen. The kitchen is nice and open, nice big space. In the center, we have a nice little prep area, kind of the center, making all meals together. Then you can also, your sight line is through the kitchen into our sunroom. The dining room, again, same thing, just kind of all open concept, which we love. If someone's preparing a meal, someone might be sitting at the dining room table, playing cards or a game. So you're just always in around each other, which is what we want. From the dining room, you can look in towards our living room, which when I look at, it always feels, that sort of exquisite 1940s feel to it, the proper room where you go and you sit. It's where the family would gather. It has the fireplace in it. So you step into the sunroom, and the sunroom is actually, it's the deal breaker of this place. Anyone who stays here, anyone who comes here just loves this. We come here in the morning, we have our coffee, we sit at night, we watch the stars, we listen to the rain. From the kitchen, there's a hallway that goes down. There's a bathroom on the main level, as well as 2 bedrooms. One bedroom that's kind of the favorite room, I think, for people when they come, because if the patio doors do open into the sunroom. The second bedroom is the bunk room. Then you can go upstairs, and there's another bedroom. We like to call it the captain's room, because it kind of feels like you're on the captain's quarters of a ship. When we took ownership, we pretty much kept everything the same, for the exception of we did move some furniture around. But overall, we love the feel of the cottage. We don't want to change anything about it. Simplicity is what we're going for, and that's what it offers. The room that I connect with the most is definitely the sunroom. Well, I connect in this room because you do feel like you're outside, but you're not. It does feel like you're in a 1940s porch. Things that we just don't appreciate anymore because we're so busy. That's what this room provides. It was post Fiona, and we were here with my parents in October because there had been a small bit of damage done to the roof. There was no power or whatever, so we just kind of came over and helped them patch up the roof. But through that week, because we had no power, we had the fireplace running for the whole time, and it was just, post-hurricane, every day is beautiful, sunny. The fall colors around the property, the fireplace running. Unique interior features is the woodworking in this cottage. There's so much woodworking, and makes the cottage feel so solid. Is the number one thing. When I walk across the floors, they don't move. The build, the time, the effort, the care that went into the build, it's reflected through the whole thing. You can see it. Well, the heart of the home doesn't necessarily have to be one particular room. It just depends on where the people are deciding to hang out that day. Sometimes it's in the sunroom, sometimes it's in the living room, and sometimes it's in the kitchen. It just depends on, if we're playing a game, if we're sitting by the fire. The sunroom is my go-to for the summer. Sit out with a glass of wine in that left corner. Watch the sunset. That's my spot. There's nothing that I would change here. It flows perfect. When you first drive into the cottage, the Abbey Lane, the red road, is something that, it just adds to the experience. And then you drive up, you turn into the driveway. Our driveway kind of S's, so you can come around, and as you get around the neighbor's garage, the first thing you see is the view off to your left. And it's just like, that's how you feel when you arrive. The property itself it's about 5 acres. I would say there's probably 2 acres that we keep manicured and mowed. Very simple. We have some, very natural shrubbery outside, just roses, old school lilies. We have a wraparound deck in the front that does offer some outdoor seating. We have a fire pit. And then off to the left of the property, there's beach access. We have stairs that go down to the beach. And it's really cool. It's kind of cut out through the trees, so you can't really see it directly from here. It's kind of like a little secret path. Best time of the day to be out on the beach is at low tide. Exposes all of the sand flats. It's great swimming. My favorite thing is the beach. I love being down on the beach. I love paddleboarding on a nice calm evening. There's so much you can see. There's a little bit of everything on our beach. There's rock, sand, just crystal clear water. Love it. I actually like mowing the lawn here. Feels amazing. Like when you're down at the far end by the lighthouse, you can see the house and you can see the little cottage behind. The well house is shaped like a lighthouse. So you just kind of get that full view when you're down on the beach, and it feels amazing when I get to see my property from a distance. It's exciting. I feel excited to be here. It's relaxing. It's the start of summer. It makes me feel, like winter's done. Summer fun is here. We have people or in gatherings. Generally, we hang out in our sunroom. That is, your first go-to place. In the evenings, we gather at the dining room table and we play games. Well, it allowed us a space without distraction. We could come here and we could be either just two ladies getting to know each other if we were by ourselves, or if we had our families, we were relaxed moms, having fun with our kids, getting to know, my nieces and nephews and vice versa for herself without distraction. We had games, activities. When all the family is here, it feels full. It feels amazing. It feels energetic, lively, plus relaxed at the same time. Everyone's happy, everyone's laughing. Some of the things that we do on a traditional, we always have a lobster boil at some point. We have some of our favorite beaches that we go to. We hang out on the beach, play board games, card games. We used to play beach volleyball down on the beach. Not so much anymore because the rocks are there. My daily routine, I wake up in the morning, I have a cup of coffee, depending on, again, I'll just sit out in the sunroom. I may sit out on the front deck, just depending on the weather. Have some breakfast, depending again on the weather. If it's a nice day, I'll just head down to the beach and hang out, come back. We have some friends that we visit that live in the area. When it rains here, it's actually nice. It's not your depressing, sad, rainy day. Again, we have this wonderful sunroom that we can sit out in. You can hear the rain, you can hear the birds. You can just enjoy nature, all aspects of nature. I hope that this remains in the family for a while and it becomes a place that potentially we might even host a wedding, who knows? We don't have any plans to upgrade or do anything to the main cottage, but again, we do have a smaller, what's called a bunkie style cottage behind that we are sort of renovating and getting ready to offer as a rental, yeah. I think it offers that peace. I think it offers a peace of mind. Like for others, it's all the activities that go along with living by the water. Open space, like it doesn't feel so crowded. Home is where your family comes to gather. It's that space that, when you leave the outside world and you come inside, when you leave your work and you leave, whatever stresses you have through your day and you come into your home, it's a place where you can let all that go and you just, you connect with your family, you talk, relax. You enjoy meals together.
Whether nestled alongside a riverbank or perched high above a distressed ocean, living on the shore has its perks. But beautiful views are only the beginning. The sights, sounds, and sensations of the water are constant in their impact, improving moods, perspectives, and lives. To exist and grow on its edge is extraordinary, an experience made even sweeter when shared with the people we love.
Yeah, maybe you should come home. You've been saying it for so long. Let the